What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of diving into buying and selling good versus bad websites on Flippa. And before we dive into this, I wanted to remind you guys about the course that I developed. Spent months on the content, and the link to that is in the description below. Thank you so much for all the people that have been DMing me, signing up for the course, using the coupon codes. I know a few people had issues with the previous coupon code for Cyber Monday. That was a short window of when you guys could get 50% off. And I wanted to extend that sale actually because a lot of people DM me about having issues with the coupon code. So apologies on that. But if you just enter in the word cyber, it will come up with 50% off. And I'll stretch that out for the rest of this week, starting on Monday, today, the time this video is going out. So you guys can still capture that 50% off. Thank you so much for all the support. And let's dive in to my diligence of these businesses that are for sale on Flippa. So we will go through, I know a lot of you guys have mentioned apps, and I'm going to get to those. I'm also going to be making some course content on that. So for all the students that are watching this that have enrolled in the course, you will be getting that content coming soon. So one of the ones that sticks out the most is definitely the electricianapprenticehq.com here. It's a content ads site. As you can see, it's starting at $35K here, and it's a 5-year-old blog for aspiring electricians. It's 5 years old. Net profit is $1,200 a month, 53K page views per month, 29,000 uniques. Really solid, trending upward traffic there. The financials are looking solid, steady, as I've mentioned in the past. This is a optimal type of investment where it's a steady across. And in this term, you would probably be getting your money back if you went all in with the 35K. You're looking at a 2, maybe 3 year, 2.5, 3 year ROI, 100% ROI. So if you divvy that up, that's about 30% ROI on your money if it continues just staying flat like that. So 30% ROI potential on buying something like this. And that's assuming that you are going to contribute to the content. You got to hire people. There are a lot of content writers out there. But let's go through some of these stats here. This one, as I mentioned in the past, in the course as well as previous videos on the channel, I don't touch anything unless it's 60% or above on organic search. And that is a lot of exposure to organic search. But at the same time, if everything falls apart, you at least have some organic traffic until Google tweaks the algorithm again. But you will at least have that baseline of ranked keywords that are going to generate your traffic there. So it's looking like 542,000 organic searches, and direct is pretty solid. That's usually a good bucket for, Google isn't indexing it or they can't figure out where the source is coming from. Is direct. Referral means it's probably backlinking from other websites or guest posts. Social is obvious. Others interesting. I haven't really seen that recently. 585 coming from the United States, which is one of the most valuable, if not the most valuable CPM rates that you can get for your advertisements. And you can see here it is trending decently all the way across the board here. At a peak, it looks like we were at 1376, and that is in net profit. So let's look at the expenses here. It's looking like just hosting. So this isn't taking into account that you'd have to pay a content writer. So probably move that up by $200 maybe, but you're still going to be breaking $1,000 a month, which is pretty substantial there. Electrician Revenge is 5-year-old. Founder creates pages/posts about how to join the electrical trade with firsthand knowledge and experience. Okay. Facebook page has 21,000 likes and a group that has 12,000 active users. And it's looking like it's only $84 per year. So this is a solid business. This is a solid investment vehicle. And let's see some of the questions here. How often do you add new content? When I started the website, I was posting an article once or twice a week. I really focused on the keywords specifically to this niche and had a lot of searches, but the page results on Google were really lacking. I used Content Creator a few times, and it looks like I do not pay for SEO. This is all organic traffic from search engines and social media. Cool. So it looks like he used a content creator a few times, was not satisfied with the work, and ended up rewriting an entire post. So he tried to hire people, but it didn't work for him because it sounds like he's an expert in the electrician field, and that would make sense that he tried to just bring it back to himself there. And if he likes it, that makes sense. But you would definitely want to be hiring someone to create content in this niche if you wanted to continue to grow it. It looks like it took a little hit here in revenue, but he left out the costs, so something may be different there. But solid social profiles, and this is a cookie cutter, simple transaction here, guys. You can see he's from the United States. His name's Alex. He has a government ID uploaded, verified email address. So what I would do is I would ping this guy immediately and say, hey, congrats on being an editor's choice on Flippa, and really interested in this. What type of deal structure would you be interested in? And as you guys know, in the course below, you can tell some of the different structures that I've developed to negotiate with something like this to make your upfront capital way less. And those tricks of the trade are definitely really valuable for something like this, where if you acquire this and you can make 25-30% ROI on your money every year for the foreseeable future, as long as you hold it and you have someone creating content in the niche, this would make you a good solid return. And it's all about this nice, steady amount of traffic. Nothing flashy, nothing too fancy. It's just steady, and it's organically driven. 80%, 84% organic. So definitely a diamond in the rough here, guys. This classifies as a good website to buy on Flippa, but you're looking at quite a large multiple here. And I would be going for something like a 20K range coming into the conversation, and meeting somewhere in the middle, because 24K would be a 24x multiple of what the monthly revenue is, net profit or gross, depending on how you want to negotiate. And a lot of different tactics you can use. But starting the conversation, I'd hit something like 20, 21, something like that to really get the conversation going. And Flippa redesigned this so you can just click contact seller and it'll take you right to them. So let's go back and check out another one. As we go through the homepage here, we're going to find ourselves a rougher one to look at. Now, I've gone over starter templates in the past. I'm not going to go over those again. I would be weary of starter templates unless you guys love the idea of the business and you think you know how to scale it and you have the advertising expertise and marketing expertise. So let's go ahead and go through e-commerce. I know I compare a lot of these to e-commerce just because it's much easier to bash on e-commerce, but let's go ahead and, you know what? I'm going to mix things up and I'm going to go for this one. You can tell is organic traffic is in the headline, US and UK. So high CPM rate traffic. See, it has 60 bids on it already. So let's check out the data here. 3,000 page views, or almost 4,000 page views, and 2,800 uniques. So that means that 2,800 people have viewed almost 4,000 pages. And it looks like revenue took a massive hit here, down to a cent. That's a very strange drop there. I would ask about that. And it's looking like gross is only $32. This is something that you would probably want to put an affiliate onto if you acquired it. And if they have an email list that they've been collecting, blast some affiliate links out to the user base to really get the ball rolling. And keywords ranked number 1. So they are ranked for Excel game puzzles. Interesting. The site can easily make 500 to 1,000 monthly for combined AdSense revenue. CPA, yeah. So sponsored posts are a big one for people. And it's looking like this is a pretty solid. And he got asked about the AdSense. We have made a few changes on the site theme and mistakenly removed the AdSense code. So, boy, they removed all of all the AdSense. That's a bummer there. So this one is definitely, he kept it open-ended. There's no bin or buy it now. It's an open-ended auction, which I like. Always like that because you can get things really on discount here. This is approaching what I would consider the top of what someone should pay for something like this at $32 a month. you know, that's not like at 2 years of revenue, you're looking at $1,000. So depending on what your plan is, if you had a affiliate that was in this space to monetize through that, it might make sense. But this is really, 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 really important for people that are new to Flippa investing and investing in online businesses and websites. Is if you had a bill, for example, you could get this and it would cover that bill. I always recommend offsetting expenses with assets. So for example, this would cover like a phone bill or an electricity bill or a water bill. And you could just buy this so that it would always cover your water bill or your electricity bill or your phone bill, and it's covered. So that is one way of looking at this. I talk about that in the course. And I do mention many things about how to reframe your mind around assets to cover expenses. And this is a cookie cutter example of consistent revenue. It's low amounts, but at the same time, if you have an asset to cover, you might as well snag something like this. So $1,500, $2,000 for something like this is pretty decent because you wouldn't have to pay whatever bill it was for the next foreseeable future, right? And you could just plug and play whatever you want to cover. So that is it for this one. And let's find a bad one real quick. So right out of the gate, you can kind of see that it's thrown off a little bit. There aren't any financials, no traffic. It looks like it's called Lacey Store and trending products. It's been around for a year. Doesn't look like they have any sales. The keyword niche hasn't been researched. Suppliers, that's what they're offering. The Instagram, Facebook account, bringing qualified leads. Has a premium domain. I don't know about that. Communication with the supplier is pretty much what they're offering. Contacts the marketing team. I see. And I'm able to generate the first $100 within 3 days of operating with any dropshipping store. Okay, so basically this is a service type business, and he's trying to allow people to operate with his business. Brian Davis. Interesting. So trending niche store successfully. So I wouldn't go anywhere near this. I mean, it could be legitimate, but at the same time, there's no information on here. And it's just basically this guy talking about how he can generate things on drop shipping. And he spent 5 hours a day to market my stores to bring leads to sales. But it turned out, yeah. So he is definitely outsourcing to various different people, like marketing companies and things like that. So this is not something that I would recommend people snagging that are beginners. And it's just a design and style site based on e-commerce. So I'm not a fan of these sites. Someone else out there might be. If you are, leave a comment in the description below. That is pretty much it for my overview of this episode of buying good versus bad websites on Flippa. As I said before, use the code CYBER in the description below for the course on how to buy and sell websites on Flippa and various different brokerages, and how to negotiate, how to get good terms, and how to set up passive income using these websites and acquiring them and building a portfolio for yourself, covering your assets or covering your expenses with your assets. That is the best way that I can describe. And thank you so much for all the students that have subscribed and have joined the Academy for learning how to do this. And once again, like I said below, the link is there. And all of this content on YouTube is always going to be free. I'm always going to be trying to do diligence live for you guys because of all the feedback you provided me with. But for more intricate details on deals, negotiations, and structures, there is the course down below. So I will see you guys on the next episode, and have a great rest of the week.